Hello, you're a Nigerian parent living in America and concerned about the rigor of education that your child is receiving. Maybe you're thinking to yourself, why is my child's education look much easier than I had when I was in secondary school? Now, of course, this can't be said for every school, but there are many schools in America where the rigor seems to be much less than we received in Nigeria. My name is Amos Tarfa. I grew up in Nigeria, in Lagos. I went to Federal Government College, Lagos, and I'm based in Texas now with my family. My wife and I have 7 children. And I want to just talk briefly to families from Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, India, Singapore, or anyone even from America who's looking for a higher bar when it comes to education. Let me explain what I mean by this. In Nigeria, you have 6 years after elementary school to complete your secondary school education, junior secondary school and senior secondary school. Now, in America, you have, K through 12. And what you realize is that students in American high schools, and the data is out there, are not prepared with a curriculum that is rigorous enough for them to excel in engineering school. For example, 50% of American students drop out of engineering school, 50%. And what the research shows is one of the most consistent things in the research is that the K-12 preparation is not adequate so that when they finish from their K-12 and they get to college, there's a huge leap in order for them to be able to flourish. Now, that problem doesn't happen to students from Nigeria, though, who come to America. That problem doesn't happen to students from Singapore who come to America. So what is up? And the same thing with India. Why is it that Indian, Nigerian, and Singaporean students, when they come to America, do fine in engineering school, but American students in the K-12 system don't do as well? Well, the reason is because the American education system is too broad and it doesn't help channel students to success in engineering majors, except if that student makes a commitment and does the legwork to get to that destination. And so how do we deal with this problem? Well, I've written a math and science program that helps students who want to become engineers and doctors and computer scientists so that they are getting the same rigor that the Nigerian, Singaporean, and Indian students are getting overseas. So basically, I've brought over Singapore math, I've brought over Nigerian rigor, I've brought over the Indian standards to America so that students in America, whether they're from India, Singapore, or Nigeria or not, they can get the same rigor as the students in those countries. Therefore, they are more likely to graduate from engineering school with success. So if you're in America now and you're not happy with the state of affairs in math and science, reach out to amosthemathguy.com where you can see some of the math courses I've put together. Or better still, why don't you schedule an appointment with me at amosthemathguy@gmail.com. amosthemathguy@gmail.com. Just send an email saying, I'm interested in your STEM program, and I will provide you with the resources to help your child to get into MIT, to get into Caltech, to get into Harvard, if that's what fits their career goals well, right? I can give you the tools that will help them to be able to compete in that space. So how does it work? Let me just explain the program briefly. Basically, I have a meeting with the family and I hear about some of the ambitions and desires of that child. I learn about the tools and the strategies or the tools and the desires that the child has towards educational excellence. So let's say the child says, I want to become a medical doctor. Then I start giving them recommendations for places like Johns Hopkins we have schools like Case Western University, schools where you can even do like an undergrad into graduate or into med school track. We find a very efficient track for your child. And then we talk about ACT, SAT prep. We have resources for that. We talk about AP classes. We have resources for that. And we help your child to get the best educational platform to be able to apply to these schools. So reach out to amosthemathguy@gmail.com to schedule a 15-minute consultation just to get us going. And then if you're interested in our program, we'll send you more information. Whether you want math tutoring, ACT, SAT prep, AP tutoring, whatever it might be, we have that for you. We want every student to graduate with a math minor from their high school education. So if you're still in 8th or 9th grade, I can get you on that track. This can be done as a supplement to your child's education, or it can be done as the main dish if your child is homeschooled. So if your child is homeschooled, I give them the resources to basically excel and finish literally the first 2 years of their college before they even graduate high school. But if your child attends a traditional school, then I give them resources for after school activities as well as in the summer. We help your child to max out opportunities for scholarships, for top colleges, and as well as just being very good at academic performance beyond what any school might be requiring, while we teach them how to be efficient in learning so they have a life, right? We want your children to have a life. We're not saying that they're going to be in the books all the time and not have a life. They will have a life. They need to have a life. They need to have extracurricular activities. They need to have other things on their resume. And we provide all that guidance for your student. So reach out to amosthemathguy@gmail.com. We'll talk about your career goals, your college goals, and then we'll give you a comprehensive plan for how to get into the top colleges that you're applying to. We also give you study skills and strategies and tutoring for any subjects that you might have in the STEM field. AmosTheMathGuy.com. Thanks for watching. Please share this with your friends. And again, even if you're not from Nigeria, but you want the rigor that Nigerian students have, right? Reach out to AmosTheMathGuy@gmail.com. Take care and have a blessed day.